Hello, my dear students. I'm Miss Tania Poveda. Welcome to my class. This is Entrepreneurship 3. Well, remember to save this information so you can check it whenever you need. So save it on your computer or cell phone, wherever you have your digital file. Do you remember that last week we were talking about investigation techniques and targeting? Well, pay attention to this next explanation because even this is something you already know, it is something that you are going to work in your business projects. So in the end of this video, you are going to have a little homework related to your business idea. Okay, so it's time to check on your business idea, mission, vision, description, objectives, etc. And we continue completing the information. Also, I hope that you have all your files organized on a folder on your computer so you know where to look for the information and continue working on it. Are you ready? Well, you probably remember this client profile. As we can see in this picture, we have all kind of people, probably different personalities, different tastes, styles, maybe beliefs, cultures, maybe. I'm just judging because of the picture, okay? And this is very important to understand that because people are different, markets are different, okay? So remember that the product that you are creating right now in your business project is going to be focused on a specific market. So right now, while you're watching this video, keep in your mind your business idea and try to identify what kind of people could buy your product. Remember that by product, I mean goods or services. So if you're going to sell goods like food, clothes, handicraft, etc., or if you are going to produce or to create a business idea about services, like maybe design, maybe something artistic or teaching, etc. Things that you cannot touch. You ready? Well, because we need to do a short review about client profile, I'm going to explain this again. This is something that we studied last year. Probably we didn't pay too much attention because we didn't need it that much, but this year we need it, like urgently, because you're working on your business projects. So client profile, let's start by client. That client is the person that is going to buy your product. So it's very important you know this person so you know what strategy to use to sell the product and how to do it. So client profile is a summary of a specific customer type that is statistical information, such as when talking about statistical information, we're talking about numbers. It means that you're going to work with numbers. This is not 100% of the market likes this, or 100% of people do this, or 100% of women are like this, or 100% of men are like this. No, this is just a general view, and the higher the numbers, the better. So you work with the higher numbers. What do you have to consider on your client profile? A lot of things, a lot. Here, I've summarized these seven points that you should consider when analyzing your market. So first you think, the product that you want to create, the business that you want to start, it's a business mostly for men or for women? Mostly. So most of people, or maybe for both. If we are talking, for example, about food, it's kind of obvious that it's for men and women. Okay, so you can consider both. Then you think about the age. This product is for children, it's for teenagers, it's for adults, or it's for people from or between this age and this age. For example, for children from between 4 and 11, for example, or maybe adults between 60 and 70 years old, or maybe young adults between 18 and 26. So you can be that specific too. So think about that. Your product is for men and women, it's for teen, adults, or you want to be more specific with the age. Where do you want to sell your product? Where can you sell it? In your neighborhood? Maybe you have a place in your house, maybe a showroom or something. It's going to be around the town. It's going to be all around Guayaquil. It's going to be something bigger all around the country. Or maybe you want to sell it online. You don't have a place, you don't have a showroom or a restaurant, but maybe you deliver. So you can consider sites or social medias as location too. What about the culture? Your product, what beliefs, what habits they have, what likes they have, knowledge. What do they know about this? Maybe it's a digital culture. Maybe your product is for people with digital culture, maybe young people, maybe teenagers, maybe young adults. Okay, so think about what culture they have. Maybe it's people that like sports, that like art or reading. Then you can consider something deeper, like beliefs. Obviously, the client profile is going to be according to your product. So maybe in some cases, you don't need to know beliefs, in some cases. But even sometimes, even talking about food, you have to at least think about that. Because remember that there are some religions that they don't eat, for example, pork, or they don't eat meat some days a year, like Catholic people, like us. We're not supposed to eat meat or beef during the Easter in April, March. So it depends on your product, okay? Politics too, also. What do people like about politics? What is the trend about politics? Think about also traditions. The traditions you have in your family are probably different of the traditions of your cousins, of your friends. What traditions are famous in the society around you? Maybe in your neighborhood you have a tradition for July or October for Guayaquil parties. Maybe, who knows? So think about that. That's the way to know your clients. And finally, something that is also very important is that, can people buy my product? So think about the kind of people that is going to buy your product. It's people with incomes like average incomes, like they are making money like average, or they are making under the average, so not too much, or maybe more above the average. And be honest about this. You don't have to be ashamed because your product is too expensive or too inexpensive. It's important you know your product and know who's the possible person who can pay for it. And then once you have all this information here, you can decide what investigation technique to use. Okay? Let's continue with this. So what do we have here? I know you recognize these shoes pretty easy because it's a sport that we know very well. So these are shoes for soccer, right? Usually people who play soccer in a grass field, they are going to use this kind of shoes. Look at the design. Pay attention on the color, the design, maybe here this shape here, or maybe this, the brand, maybe the size. Apparently it's like a big shoe. Okay, let's see. So here I create an example for you to identify what kind of people could use these shoes. Again, we're talking about statistics, about numbers. So what I'm saying here is a general view of the possible client or clients for these specific shoes, these specific black Adidas shoes for soccer in grass field. Did you pay attention how much information I gave you about the product? Because I prepared this presentation so I know what I'm talking about, okay? So what kind of people will buy this? A ballet dancer? A scientist? A doctor? Maybe yes, if they practice soccer on a grass field. Yeah, maybe. But let's think about who will buy these shoes like more often. What kind of people? Okay, so here we have an example. This is a general view. In general, that kind of shoes might be bought by men. Why do I say men? Because of the design. I'm not saying that women don't buy them. There are women that play soccer too in grass field and they might buy it. But maybe the statistics show that these specific kind of shoes are more used by men. I'm talking about statistics. So men. Because of the size, I could tell that it's a product for adults, maybe between 18 and 35. Location, well, in any country that plays soccer. In this case, I chose Portugal because I'm doing the client profile of this kind of people, okay, for that kind of product. So culture, soccer lovers, people who loves soccer. So you can't sell those shoes to someone that doesn't like soccer. People that are not interested in soccer, it's like, I don't need them. I don't like them. I don't want them. So you don't waste your time on those people. You focus on soccer lovers or soccer players. Okay? What beliefs should they have? Probably people who believe sports are good for health and people who see sports as entertainment. So probably you know someone who has them. Maybe your brother, a cousin, your friends. Why? Because they believe it's an entertainment for them. It's a hobby. Or they do it because they think it's healthy. What traditions? Here I would like to say something. Not everybody plays soccer, even if it is on TV the whole time. But it's very important that to understand why some people play it and why not. One of the reasons is traditions. Maybe in the family, your grandfather used to play, then your father, then your brother, or you. So here I wrote family or friends that like soccer, or like to play soccer. And what about incomes? Are those shoes for all kind of incomes? Well, if you pay attention again on the design and the brand, and probably the store where you can buy this kind of shoes, they don't look like cheap shoes, right? I don't think they are shoes. They are cheap. I don't think so. You're going probably right now you're thinking like, oh, but I know a place that they are cheaper, blah blah. Yeah, that's right. But in general, those shoes might be a little bit expensive, at least for the average incomes in Ecuador. So what you have considered is a market or people with average incomes and above, so more than the average. People that can have some extra money to buy that kind of shoes. Okay, so now we understood the types of clients for this specific product. Let's see this other product. Okay, so this is a necklace. This is a necklace for dogs, right? And probably this is the brand of this necklace. So what kind of people will buy this? Cat lovers? Tigers lovers? No, right? Let's see. So here, just for the record, this is my favorite tennis player. So I chose this picture because he has also two beautiful dogs. So who could buy this product? Men or woman, right? Any man or woman. So I can focus my investigation on them. Age, probably teens and adults from about 12, 11, 13 years old, 12-ish, right? Because apparently when you are 11 or 12, you start having your own money and savings. So probably you have a pet and you want to buy a necklace. So this is about the age when teens start handling money. Location, what kind of people? Any person with any place with a space for a dog. So it can be in the town, it can be in a neighborhood, etc. So we're talking about not where you are going to sell the product, but where the people who are going to buy your product live, where the dog is going to be. So it's a place with a space for a dog. Culture, what culture about these people? Well, animal lovers, people who buy or adopt or get pets or dogs as companion, as safety to take care of the house, as help for blind people, for example. So people who loves animals and people who need animals. What beliefs too? People who believe dogs will keep them safe and feel comfortable with dogs. What traditions? Maybe they are used to have pets since they were babies. So they are used to that. It's a tradition in their family to have dogs. There are also families like some royal families that for traditions, they have the same breed of dog generation after generation. So that could be also tradition. What kind of incomes? I think that everybody with average incomes, under average incomes, and above average incomes can buy a necklace. This one looks kind of expensive because it has this heavy metal piece here for the lace, and probably it include this metal for the name, and it looks kind of strong. So probably it's a little bit expensive, but it's something you buy only once in your life, maybe twice. So probably you can focus on these kind of incomes. Okay? So now you know the profile of possible clients or the profile of the market for this kind of product. What about this? I'm telling you examples. What do you see here? It's a helmet, right? But it's not any kind of helmet. It's something specific for bikers. So people who ride a bike, no matter if it's on a road, on a park, on the street, on an avenue, but everybody must wear a helmet when ride a bike. So this is my advice to you. This is just a commercial. Every time you ride a bike, please wear your helmet. Okay? Helmets are replaceable. Your head is not. Okay, so this product is for men or women? Yeah, for both of them, right? We can see here in the picture, this woman, she's wearing this helmet. My helmet is yellow like this one. That's why I chose this picture. Okay, age, probably since you are children. You start riding your own bike, probably 4 years old or about, teens and adults. So it's a product for everybody. men and women from 4 years old till the end of the years. Location, probably people who goes biking on open places, town or countryside, roads, streets. Culture, what kind of culture the market should have? It is the way people move in my place, maybe. Bike lovers to keep safe as sports. So people who use a bike, basically. Okay, people who use a bike, that's it. For any of these reasons or others. Like now that we were having the COVID situation and the town was locked down and you couldn't use your car, probably it was a good opportunity to start using your bike around the town. What about beliefs? People who ride a bike, what do they believe? Probably it's people who wants to reduce the CO2 emissions in the town, or people who want to be healthy, or people who think that it's fun and relaxing. So that's what they believe. What about traditions? What tradition should exist for people to ride a bike? Probably they do it in their family, or probably they do it with friends. So they do it on weekends. It's a tradition to go biking on weekends. Okay, it depends on many things to consider the profile of your client. And what about incomes? Well, again, if you pay attention on this helmet, you can tell that it's kind of stylish. This is one famous good brand for this kind of products. So that's telling you something about the price. It's very good quality. It has this little, how do you call this? To protect from the sun. Well, it has this piece here that you can remove. So actually it has like double function to protect your head and your eyes. So it's obviously a little bit more expensive. So people who will buy that helmet will be maybe average incomes or maybe above average incomes, okay? So we were talking about this specific product. If you pay attention on my explanation with the soccer shoes, the helmet, and the lace, the necklace for dogs, you realize that the three profiles were totally different one from the other. So once you decide, once you know the kind of people who's going to buy your product, you can decide how to study, how to collect information from them, which investigation technique to use. And finally, this is your homework. This is your homework. And don't worry, it's not difficult. What it is important is that you have clear about your product. Here on the purple side, on the left, says, in this space, write a description of only one of the products of your business idea. Good or service, only one. Why do I say this? Because when I was reading your business ideas, I would love you to go to my comments on Edukai, go to my comments and read, because most of you had wonderful ideas and I love them very much. And you include like a lot of products, which is great, which is really good. But because of time, because we don't have the whole time to make all your products, to work on all the products, I'm asking you right now to choose only one. So for example, if you have bakery and you have like coffee, bread, desserts, sodas, milkshakes, you have different kind of products in your menu. I'm asking you to choose only one. So choose the one you want to work with, only one, please. I don't want to read here like 10 types of bread and 10 types of soups. No, only one, okay? Only one. If you have, for example, a business about clothes, I don't need a whole store here, only one piece of clothes, maybe one shirt or one pair of shoes, that's it. Okay, only one. And here I include this, paste a picture if you consider necessary. So if you already want to paste a picture of your idea, like if it's a pair of jeans, for example, you can paste here your product. That will help me a lot, actually. So if you can do it already, do it. If not, it's okay. I understand because we are only starting with this. And this is something I include just in case, delete this text to complete the PPT, the PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so you delete this. This is only for instructions. So here you write your idea or paste a picture on, and on the right, you describe your client profile. So what kind of people or the characteristics of people will buy this product here? You got it? Only one product here, describe and picture if you want to. Delete this, and here you tell me, for example, if it's a pair of jeans. Let's say that your business is about clothes and you want to sell jeans. So those jeans are for men or women? Maybe woman. Okay, you write here woman. Maybe those are for teens. Okay, for teens between 12 and 16. Location, in Guayaquil. Culture, people who wear jeans, who likes to be comfortable. Beliefs, people who believe that they are practical and they look good on them. Traditions, maybe people who are used to wear jeans since they were younger. Incomes, okay, these jeans are pretty much expensive, so my market is going to be people with above the average incomes. Okay, that's your homework. This is going to be in Educay. Thank you very much for your attention. I'm pretty happy we're working a lot, and I have the feeling you are learning a lot. Text me anytime. I'm here for you to help you to grow, not only as a professional, but as a person. So have a wonderful day and see you next week, guys. Bye-bye, everybody.